You see Vikings?
My daughter insisted that I must see.
There might be a risk that governments will see this as a potential cop-out to deal with the carbon emissions.
Sadhguru, this initiative that I've been looking at what you're doing is really incredible. What has blown my mind about what you're doing, it's something I had never even heard of before.
This Save Soil movement can not only be an ecological movement, but also it's a way of creating a more inclusive humanity. It's time from lab we once again come back to the land, because it's on the land that life happens.
Wow. Wow. You've blown my mind yet again.
The highest number of suicides in America, of all the professions, it is the farmers.
That is devastating.
Namaskaram. Floki and Yon, look at them. Both of them together.
It's good to see you again.
Wonderful talking to both of you, please.
Likewise, an honor, a privilege, a delight.
Both of you are stationed where, like, in which part of America are you?
Right now, I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but normally I'm in Sweden, in Stockholm, Sweden, most of the time. That's where I'm based.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I moved here because we're doing a new show at the moment, so be here. So I'm not far away from Tennessee. So
I know.
Next time you're there,
Not
I would
at all.
love to come
I'm
visit.
there in July, let's catch up, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, that's a perfect time because I'm done in July, so that'd be great. I'd love that.
You golf, you guys, anybody golfs?
I'm terrible at golfing, but I like riding around in the golf cart. This Sadhguru, this initiative that I've been looking at what you're doing is really incredible. I'm so happy you finally get to meet one of my best friends, Gustaf, because he is I would say even more passionate about this than I am. Simply, and I'm very passionate about the environment. It's just that he's just taken the initiative to really educate himself on everything he's doing. And we're both so fascinated about what you're doing, and we'd love to learn more about everything.
That's wonderful, Gustaf, and it's great that young people like you are concerned about this, because as a generation, if we don't do the right things now, we will live a life of regret.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it as well. We can't be ignorant to the information that we're getting.
What has blown my mind about what you're doing, just to because I want to share this with as many people as we can. Something I had never even heard of before, which was soil being an issue. That's something I think that's not talked about at all, and I would love to know in what ways we can help spread the word and how people can take the initiative to support this.
See, what I see is in the last 8 months, I've been talking to various world leaders, people who are in the environmental work, many scientists across the world, top scientists in the world. And as I speak to them, what I see is every one of them knows what is the problem. And every one of them knows this needs to happen now. It's very important that this time it needs to happen. But I think everybody was waiting for one idiot who is willing to bell the cat, and here I am.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Sadhguru.
You appreciate me being an idiot? Come on, huh?
Yes. You're the most
Someone needs to go first. No, but I join you in the idiocy. Definitely.
So somewhere in Europe, maybe on the ride you can catch up with me.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, definitely. So tell us a little bit about the ride.
Well, it's starting on 21st of March, so it's just another 24 days away from today. And we are riding through Europe, going to Holland, then to Berlin, and down south to Praha, Warsaw, and down south further to Slovakia, Rome, Geneva, Paris, and again looping through Bonn because that's a UNCCD capital. We are partnering with UNCCD or the UN agency to combat desertification. We are partners with them. So we spend a day or two with them and then go further. See, this is one thing when it comes to soil, this is one thing that all of us are connected to. In nationalities we may be different, in race we may be different, in religion we may be different, ethnicities may be different, so many differences. But soil is one thing that all of us are connected to. I want to use this soil not only as an ecological movement but also as a way to connect people. There is a common ground for all of us. Well, there are so many differences, there is so much emotion, there is so much anger, there is so much everything everywhere, but at least the things that we hold as common factors, I think we need to highlight that in a big way. I feel this Save Soil movement can not only be an ecological movement, but also it's a way of creating a more inclusive humanity because everybody can connect to the soil. Nationalities are made up by us, race and religions are made up by us, okay? As if we are something very different, but all of us come from the same soil. So I would like to use the soil message as a way of creating a more inclusive humanity, which has always been our work, fundamentally, you know.
Yeah, that's lovely. And is it possible to then also draw the connection between soil and earth, which are synonymous? And that the extension of this is also that we are all one species on one planet, which is the same. It's also a…
So whether you use the word soil or earth, it's not different. In most languages, it's a common word, soil and earth.
Right.
So…
and so earth is also the planet. It's also our home. So it extends even to that global consciousness, doesn't it?
Yes, they cannot be separated. It is very obvious, yeah.
Sadhguru, for those who aren't as aware of soil's connection to climate change, or what they can be doing to further educate themselves on this, or to help in any way, could you speak a bit to that?
Yes, see, everybody's talking about climate change. That narrative has picked up. Is a very good thing that's happened in the last 10-15 years' time. But one needs to understand a healthy soil is one of the best carbon sinks in the world. It is the best, actually. It is even better than the ocean if you take in terms of square feet or square meters. Because the ocean has 2/3 of the surface, ocean is a bigger sink. But in terms of square footage, if you take a piece of ocean and a piece of land, the land or the soil is a much better carbon sink than even ocean surface. But at the same time, unhealthy soil, plowed and exposed soil, is a source of emission of both carbon dioxide and methane above all, which heats up the atmosphere almost 80 times more than carbon dioxide. So, the same thing can work as a carbon sink, as a way of capturing the carbon, or the same thing can exude, gases which will enhance the climate change or global warming. And the cropland and the desert lands have the lowest level of carbon in education per hectare, Croplands and desert lands have the lowest carbon in their vegetation. Any other place if you to watershed areas or forests, the level of carbon in that vegetation and in the soil is very, very high. But these lands have the lowest. Deserts are it's another reality. We can't really go and fix the desert tomorrow morning. But the significance of agriculture land or croplands is, this is the only piece of land on the planet which amounts to 70% of the land on the planet, is that land which is every day tended to by human beings. The land that we are tending to, if you cannot transform, how are you going to go and transform the desert or the ocean or even the rainforest? How are you going to do anything about it? This is a land where every day there's a human hand on it. This is the land we should first turn it around. And it's possible to do it if we take the necessary steps, if you institute this in the policy of every nation. In 8 to 12 years, a massive reversal of what is happening right now can be done.
Wow. What are some of those steps that would have to be implemented?